Hello mates and welcome back to Ingram Waffles with me Ingram, and today we're going to be talking about the older but less successful club in Merseyside, Everton Football Club. And I'm going to be talking about how they can improve and hopefully not get relegated like people are expecting them to, and maybe, just maybe, get back up into the Europa League spots they used to be back in like 2014-15 with Barkley and Lukaku, buddy. Steven Pienaar. He was very good. Okay, right. So, number one, good option. Get rid of Frank Lampard because, I always say it, great players do not make great managers. The only ones you can think of are probably like Pep Guardiola and Johan Cruyff or something. So maybe this Frank's appointment would have been better about 5 years from now, purely because the man doesn't have the experience. He got died to play a final and then that's it. He got fair to Chelsea with no money. Why do you think Everton would help him out? So I think the best option for them in the dugout will have to be maybe a manager who is a bit more experienced in the field. Maybe like someone lower down as well who knows what it's like to be fighting in that area. How about someone like a big Sam Allardyce or maybe a Roy Hodgson if he don't retire again. Or maybe even a Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce is a very good manager. I love the man. And if they get one of them in the dugout, there'll be a lot less egos in that, I'll tell you that. And speaking of egos, that brings me on to the second choice. Oh my god. What am I, bloody kid YouTuber? Anyway, right. Bloody second choice. Sell the players. Sell a lot of the bigger players. Because think about it, right? They can get a lot of money from some of the bang average players they have. I mean, they bought Iwobi for what? 30 million. I'm sure they can sell him for a similar price. And, you're getting 8 million off it from Barcelona from Richarlison. I'm sure he could still be like 50 million, which is a very good choice. Very good price for Richarlison. A really showbone bastard. But I reckon if they sell really good players like Cavalier could go for a bit of money. So could Richarlison, maybe like who else? Who they got? I don't know, really. It's not like Dinny anymore. He got sold. I don't know. There's so many players they could sell. They'll be making all games of them, and with those players with that money, they could, I'd say, bring in a lot of their new youth players like Ellis Sims or Jared Branthwaite or the guy that's been playing. Anthony Gordon, I think his name is. So if they bring in a lot of the youth players and bring them up, because Everton have always had a very good youth academy, and then on top of that, after they bring in the youth academy and help them become new established stars, they can most likely bring in a lot of potential smaller, less expensive players that maybe are pretty underrated from other clubs. I don't know, like Dean Anderson. I'm sure I can get him for like 12 million. A lot of other players, some very underrated players that from other Premier League clubs that aren't really getting used, like maybe Cheikh Arte. You know what I mean? So they've been doing that before. It's like Fabian Delph coming in, Leighton Baines came in from Wigan a couple of years ago. Well, not a couple of years ago, more like 2 decades ago. The guy's retired now, for goodness sake. But yeah, all these young players they can bring in, help them out, and they can do what they did before. Get into the Europa League. Well, maybe they could. I don't know. I mean, they have to. One big thing I think they have to do before they think about getting the Europa League is beating their rivals. Liverpool. Last couple of years they've been thrashed by Liverpool. The closest they got with bloody Jordan Pickford making that terrible mistake against Van Dijk's utter stupid. Like, that's so annoying because Van Dijk technically, I don't think Van Dijk actually got assist. But the fact that that man set up a goal from a bloody sky-high volley that was nowhere near, Pickford just completely gave Van Dijk that assist there, pretty much. I mean, that should never have been a goal. It should have ended 0-0, I think it was. But that's what it should have ended because I just don't get it. The man's short arms. Why would he try and jump up for it? He's obviously not going to get it because he literally tips it back onto the bar about 3 more times. But yeah, then Christmas, you had Marco Silva get sacked because they lost 5-1, I think it was. But the guys used to be winning trophies back in like the 80s. So the thing like they had there, you know, like unknown Englishman, because everyone else had unknown Englishman. Apart from like, I don't know, Tommy Johnson or something, he was a pretty good 80s player. But I don't know, man. I mean, even got a better idea. Yeah, throwback. It's clear that Man United aren't really bringing in David Moyes, the idiots. They're getting Everton, who's just winning their Eredivisie every year. So Everton might have to bring home their boy, bring back David Moyes. You know, yeah, that'd be good for him, because then they get the manager who helped him win arguably a successful period in the club. I'm pretty sure he even beat Liverpool when they had prime Steven Gerrard. So that's good. That's good. Especially considering it's David Moyes, the greatest manager of all time. What else could I do? I suppose they could get some new backroom staff. I mean, I'm pretty sure a dietist is not the healthiest himself, so pretty sure it's pretty Gareth Ainsworth or something. I'm joking, that's a manager, isn't it? That's Bristol City's manager, or someone like that. I don't know, you know, bring some new backroom staff. They need an entire rebuild. But they need an entire rebuild, and one big thing I reckon for this Everton Football Club to succeed is for the owners and the chairperson to bloody let the manager bring in who he wants to bring in. Because it's shown that Rafa didn't get to bring in who he wanted. Neither did Carlo Ancelotti. Both of them, like, I think Salmon Man Rondon, that's right, I said Salmon Man, that's his name now. Salmon Man Rondon. The guy literally, he's the only player that I think Rafa Benitez actually wanted in the club. We're just going to show that the owners need to sometimes take a back seat to the manager and just allow them to sign who they want to, and it would work. Because if they bring in someone like a Chris Wilder or Steve Bruce and let them bring in their style of players to help build their style of play properly in Goodison Park, they can actually succeed. Because Chris Wilder's a very good manager, because he's had the ability to bring a League One Sheffield United up into the Prem and almost get a Euro spot like the year they came in. I think they finished 8th, 9th. And the guy's doing well with Middlesbrough. He's getting I'm pretty sure he's going to get in playoffs. So to bring someone like that, let them build their own team, it could work in a favour with the Blues. You get me? And I think another thing, so the last point, whatever you do not build that stadium. Goodison Park very old, but spending 500 million on a stadium is not going to help you get better. And I do think that you'll be best off putting that money elsewhere into like building the youth academy up, or getting some new players, you know. Maybe just put maintenance on the Goodison Park, because I'm sure Goodison Park needs maintenance, and my bloody PlayStation's going to explode in a minute. It's taking off. Jesus Christ. Oh dear, blasphemy. Oh no. But yeah, I don't know. You could just don't put the 500 million into the Blue Stadium, will you, Everton? Please, I'm begging you. You won't win if you do that. But no, I don't know. That is my opinion on how Everton can get into the Premier League, Europa League spots. So yeah, this has been Ingram, Waffles, and I'll see you for another video. Sorry if I've been late, but you know, who cares? I do. I need consistency anyway.